I decided to run a Mariothon in 2026. Here's how it went. It all started a few months back when I was preparing for the winter months and figuring out what events I wanted to stream. From there, I set my sights to run my very own Mariothon. I'm by no means the creator of this idea of playing a bunch of Mario games in a row. About a decade or so ago, I would watch a YouTuber do his own Mariothons for charity. Shout out Nintendo Collecting. He is one of my goats of YouTube growing up. I thought to myself, this could be a fun event to run, assuming I can get the people, the equipment, and find a weekend that works with everyone. Lo and behold, I conned a bunch of my friends, purchased the remaining Mario games I needed, somehow found a weekend that would work with everyone, and started the planning. For this Mariothon, I decided we would play every home console mainline Super Mario Bros. Game, with some exceptions. Games like Yoshi's Island are technically called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, but I decided to exclude games like that. That also means no mainline handheld releases like the Super Mario Land series, Super Mario 64 DS, and Super Mario 3D Land. That left us with 15 games to play. Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Super Mario Galaxy 2, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Odyssey, Bowser's Fury, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I had to figure out who would play what games in a reasonable time frame that could be done in a weekend. I knew I couldn't fit more than 5 screens onto the stream at one time, so that made planning the order of games played all the more difficult. Here's what I ended up with. Myself playing all of the older games, Super Mario Bros. 1 through Super Mario 64, and then finishing with Bowser's Fury. My friend Caden would take the second single-player screen and play through Sunshine and Galaxy. My friend Max would play through Galaxy 2, my friend Lance would play through Odyssey, and then we had 2 groups of players that played through all of the multiplayer games. Brayden and Cullen led one group playing through New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Super Mario 3D World. Sam and Cameron led the other group, playing through New Super Mario Bros. U and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We chose a weekend that somehow worked with everyone's schedule. It also happened to be Valentine's weekend, but that's okay, we all had each other. Wink wink. The days leading up to the event were definitely stressful, as I tried to set everything up and make sure everything worked. We ended up starting on Friday at 4 p.m. Right away, it was only myself starting on the older titles, and Sam, Cameron, and our friend Peyton starting on New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Timer going in 3, 2, 1, go. I've played the original Super Mario Bros. Hundreds of times, so I had no worries about the difficulty of the game or how long it would take. My biggest concern over the weekend was running everything smoothly, making sure there were no hiccups with the stream, and making sure everyone had a fun time. So while I was playing through 7 games, my focus was mainly on running the event. I made quick work of Mario Bros, with only a few hiccups on the way, finishing in just over an hour with 42 deaths. In the other room, I could hear the boys struggling and laughing with what is arguably the easiest Mario Bros game in existence. It was quite the spectacle to see what kind of shenanigans they were pulling off in the game. I started Super Mario Bros. 2 shortly after and played till about 8 p.m, where myself and a bunch of our other friends partaking in Mariothon played in our local Ultimate Frisbee League. I departed the stream and left it up to Sam's group to continue his game and start Max on Super Mario Galaxy 2.
This ship has your face on it, not mine. The decision is yours. I had no decision in that at all.
This part of the stream was probably the most stressful for me, since it was the only few hours I was away from my home. If something were to go wrong, I would not be able to fix it until I got back. Luckily though, everything went smoothly, and people were playing their games with no problems, and the stream was completely fine. Once I got back, knowing I would be staying up in the wee hours with Super Mario Bros. 2, I decided to try and take a small nap before I continued the game. Side note, I really do not like Super Mario Bros. 2. It was one of the few games I was not looking forward to at all. It's not even a real Mario game. It's a reskin of a game called Doki Doki Panic in Japan. During that time, Sam, Cameron, and Peyton finished New Super Mario Bros. U and started on Super Mario Bros. Wonder. They were trying to get through their games as fast as possible to make way for everyone else arriving Saturday. So after day 1, 2 out of 15 games were done for the Mariothon. I only slept for about an hour before continuing Mario Bros. 2. During that time, Max had to head to bed as he had an early shift in the morning, and Cohen arrived to help out Sam's group. The rest of our friends were going to be starting Saturday morning at around 8 a.m., so I knew I had to hold down the fort until then. I played through Super Mario Bros. 2 begrudgingly. It was honestly a little bit of a painful process to play a game I didn't like very much by myself while tired in the morning hours. I did get it done though with 124 deaths and moved on to Super Mario Bros. 3, one of my favorite Mario Bros. Games. It was like night and day going from Super Mario Bros. 2 to Super Mario Bros. 3. I love Mario Bros. 3 and played it so much growing up, so playing through every level was a blast and a breeze. I was able to beat the game before the 8 a.m. mark, in just under 5 hours with 97 deaths. From there I started to set up everyone else's games before trying to take my second nap of the weekend. This is where the majority of people rolled in. Brayden, Hayden, Colin, Paul, and Carter, with Lance and Max arriving after their work shifts. The atmosphere around this time was immaculate. It gave me a second wind of energy, and I started Mario 64 alongside Caden with Sunshine, Brayden's group with Mario Bros. Wii, and Sam's group continuing Mario Wonder. A quick side note about the event, but everyone was told that they only needed to beat the games, and if they wanted to 100% them, it was completely up to them. I decided I would 100% most of the games I played, and Brayden's group decided they would try to 100% New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I got through about half of Super Mario 64 before I decided to try and get some sleep. I only slept for about 2 hours though. For anyone counting, I am only at 3 hours of sleep for the entire weekend. During those couple hours of sleep, Sam's group was able to beat Super Mario Bros. Wonder with only 52 deaths, thus completing their portion of the Mariothon.
Is Wonder done? Did you guys win? Yeah. We beat Mario Wonder!
Caden was able to beat Mario Sunshine pretty swiftly with only a few setbacks.
My stomach was like...
See how not funny?
What just happened?
In 60 deaths, and promptly started Galaxy. Around the same time, Max got back from work and continued Galaxy 2. Only a few hours later, Lance arrived from work and the full Mariothon was in effect in its full glory. This part of the event was electric. Everyone there having fun, playing Mario, and just hanging out. It is probably one of my favorite moments of recent memory. Only a few hours later, I got all 120 stars in Mario 64 with only 56 deaths.
World record!
Guys, that was a world record.
Good job, Jackson.
Took me 29 hours. And Brayden's gang started the infamous World 9 in Mario Bros. Wii. There are many stories that can be said about World 9, but I'm going to leave them to Brayden to tell another day. Just know it was truly an epic of our time. After much adversity, they were finally able to get it done, with only 1,027 deaths? How? After Mario 64 was the part of the Mariothon I was dreading the most. One of the few Mario games I had never played but knew was infamous. The dreaded Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. An absolutely brutal collection of Mario levels that will test your patience and mettle. After 4 hours of misery, pain, many resets, and save scumming, I finally did it. I finally beat the Lost Levels in about 3.5 hours and 198 deaths. I don't think I will ever play that game again. Yes, you heard it, save scumming, but I honestly didn't care at this point. I was exhausted. At this point, I tried to take another nap. I knew that Caden, Lance, and Max would all be finishing their games around the same time at 2 a.m., which meant I would have to tank another late night by myself until everyone returned again in the morning. Unfortunately, I was not able to get any sleep at this time, as the dread of playing by myself kept me up the whole time. Sure enough, all three were able to beat their games within an hour and a half of each other. Caden beat Galaxy with 54 deaths, Max beat Galaxy 2 with 112 deaths, and Lance absolutely shredded Mario Odyssey with only 57 deaths.
That's great.
12 out of 15 games done after day 2 of the Mariothon. As people started to clean up and head home for the night, I made an executive decision. I was going to stop the stream for the night and try to get a few hours of uninterrupted sleep for my own health. My original goal was to have one continuous stream throughout all of Mariothon, and I am a little bit bummed I was not able to pull it off. But for my own sanity, I knew I really needed the sleep. I slept for about 3 hours before waking up and setting up the final leg of the race. I started on Super Mario World, a game I had never actually finished but started many times. I don't know what it was about the game, but I could never truly get into it. As I played through though, in my sleep-deprived state, I actually realized how great the game is and definitely think I will be going back to it at some point in the future. I beat the game in just about 2.5 hours with 58 deaths and started my final game of the Mariothon, Bowser's Fury. As I started Bowser's Fury, Brayden, Cullen, and Sam started Mario 3D World and were breezing through the game, and shortly after were joined by Connor. Lance, having stayed the night at my place, joined me in Bowser's Fury as player number 2, Bowser Jr. We absolutely smashed through the game in about 2 hours. This was one of the highlights for my Mariothon, as I was finally able to play a more modern Mario game. As much as I love the older titles, sometimes the jank can get to me. Moonfall. I forgot about that scene. With one final game, I joined the 3D World group as Sam departed for the weekend, and we were able to finish the Mariothon with a bang. 382 deaths later, and Meowser was defeated, putting the final Mariothon timer at 41 hours, 37 minutes, and 22 seconds. So what was the final Mariothon death tally? 2,646 Mario deaths. This was a really awesome experience I'm glad I was able to put together. An entire weekend of Mario games with your friends is something not many people get to do. We are all definitely Mario'd out right now, but we may try this again in the future or possibly with a different series of games. Maybe Zelda or Kirby, who knows? I appreciate everyone who was able to make this event possible, and I hope you guys enjoyed my story about the time I ran a Mariothon. Well, good Mariothon. The stream will be ending